Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the SSL Cup Finals. It'll be between Inter London, the top team in the league, and the surprise finalists as well, Tokyo SC. This is your host, Project Saint, and with me is Jiggly.
Hi, I'm here too. We got a very interesting matchup in terms of formation. There's Inter London is running with a normal 4-2-3-1, and then Tokyo just has like five in the back or a random central midfielder, and then four up front.
Yep, indeed. Tokyo preferring to play very defensive as well. The five backs has been really effective since it came into effect. Although it also allows for their wing backs to really make good attacking runs. You have guy Witz who's has been making a great impact as he has been. But also Inter London's nothing to sneeze at. They're fighting for the top spot for a very good reason as well. 12 goals from their top scorer, Jack O'Connell. Well, Jack O'Connor.
Well, I think that I think that what we're getting here is out of what Tokyo is doing is that they're pushing a lot up front. I mean, personally, I prefer like a 3-5-2 with like two attacking midfielders, but sometimes that doesn't work. But so what they're doing is that they're pushing the line of engagement way far up, and there's kickoff.
Yeah, that was very, very quick. And yep, kickoff's on the way. And well, here we go for the SSL Cup final. And apologies about that. Alright, so we enter in with a throw-in from Soderberg. Hitting into 1 minute mark. Isagi attacking mid for Tokyo. Goes for long shots. Guys it high.
I mean, I think that they've got like a weapons free loading up there. I think that they're definitely just gonna start shooting on them, especially with that sort of attacking mentality there.
Indeed. But I don't think Inter London's gonna make it easy again. I think it'll be a case of they'll as we get technical difficulty. Apologies. but yes, just like the technical difficulty that will break through, Inter London hopes to fight fire with fire. If Tokyo does score, they'll want to strike right back. As Batsback makes it a good shot, Yebo forced to save.
Because I think that we always hear in at least in American sports the whole thing of defense wins championships, but in soccer, a lot of times when you get what you get is people saying that they want to see extremely attacking soccer as pretty and attractive soccer when it's extremely attacking, but with two attacking teams, at some point neither team is going to be able to score.
Well, very much so, but then you just get it's a sword mightier than the shield at that point. You always want your high scoring players to come up good, but you also want your defense to come up solid. And this is the perfect case of solid defense coming up against free flowing attack. As Vesenvitz takes it out right now, Versetti to up. Bob has overtime back to Versetti. Unable to bring it up though. Good defense from Gordon and Nutazuki. The goalkeeper is now forced out.
Yunazuki is way up off his line there. And we're seeing a lot more possession of Tokyo right now. I don't know if that's like truly what they wanted to do. And I don't know if that's truly what Inter wants to have happen. With a 4-2-3-1, I'd think that they'd want to be a bit more aggressive in trying to maintain the ball. But they're just sort of letting Tokyo run around and see what happens.
And going to Tokyo's game plan right now. Soderberg to Isagi. Isagi shoots wide. See, that was a very good chance there from Tokyo though. The free-flowing nature of their possession-based game opening up into London. So, heading to the 18-minute mark, and well, Inter finally gets their bit of possession. And to me, okay,
Immediately giving up the ball. I don't know what I mean. As we all know, the way that sim leagues work, the first few seasons is going to be real ugly, and we see that there as Botsbach.
That's off the chance from Isugi. 1-0 Tokyo bats back. That was a very opportunistic goal from him into the free space. Yabo had no chance there. Let's rewatch again.
As Pilqueta did not cover the space that he needed to cover. Two guys on one man, leaving Isagi open, and Botsbach, is just there.
Local poacher's goal. This Tokyo with the advantage. Inter London looking to strike right back. It's early game though. It's an early game. So I don't think Inter London... Oh!
Extremely offside. Extremely offside.
That was very opportunistic from Okamoto.
A bit too hungry.
Shion Okamoto, I believe, a more recent pickup from...
Okamoto once again offside on that play, a bit more close that time.
Yep. Well, certainly Okamoto an opportunistic pickup and a late one as well, but has been really effective. Prior to this game, 2 goals, 1 assist. He has been doing very well, delivering dribbles and headers, supposedly. 35 dribbles.
Siakovic put in some pressure on Nunazuki there, but so far, not really any sort of noise out of Inter London there.
I think, pardon me for saying this, and some people will probably strike back at me, but I think part of their game plan has been reach-one football, and it hasn't been working too well. But we see a chance for a breakaway. Okano trying to hold up, but Rob strips it back. Breedis alone. Oh, offside.
Also, yeah, he misses and he's also offside. We're going to be we see a lot of that I remember back with the GRSL, a lot of, it was obviously very early on because it never really got far, but we saw a lot of just weird offsides, not many people being able to stay onside. And as I said, you're not going to get very attractive looking soccer out of an early sim league. But I mean, that you got to be the team that embraces the chaos more. And I think we're seeing that out of the way that Tokyo is playing, that they're embracing the chaos while Inter is trying to play like they're actually a top level team. And I don't mean that in terms of, that they're not in this league. They're playing like they have the players that are going to be top level, but it's just a fact that you don't have that in this sort of league.
That is very true in that aspect, and kind of shows that Inter London wanting to play more refined, allow their strikers to come through, but it's not happening early on right now. Yebo boosts it up as far as he can. Well, this time he gets a break. Kwai Lang on the wing, and Inter London has numbers in the box. Good save from Mutazuki though. Snuffs out that chance very, very well.
Tokyo's got nine shots, 6 on goal. It's just a whole lot of aggression out of them. They're embracing the sort of chaos that they need to embrace in this level of play.
Yeah. Yep. And certainly a lot of overlapping plays there. Okamoto, Vesenvitz, Soderberg all feeding the ball in with precision to Isugi and to Breedis. Bats back as well, as he manages to get the ball and prevent any chance for Inter London. So then,
do you think that maybe it's the reason why Tokyo is adding that extra fire there is because of that weird like central pivot in the pitch, that it's not 2 in the middle, it's just 1, and it frees up space and allows those wingers to come in, allows that attack to sort of contract and keep the ball up.
Well, just like
With almost a nice shot to the back post.
well, just like how wide I can be whenever I swing my whole waist, and I could catch a lot beside me. Tokyo is certainly using the width to their advantage, using not only the wingers but the wing backs attackingly. And even defensively, you see Siege making a stand, but they need more than that. And Nutsuki with a clear save. Clement's getting a good chance there. So right now, Inter London are certainly trying to turn things around, and they'll need quite a bit from the defense as well to hold the fort. Aspilicueta, Stojakovic, both of them having stabilized the situation and keeping things just to one goal for now.
Yeah, it's a bit weird how Stojakovic, he's playing way back there, and he's honestly been their biggest attacking threat so far, which is not a good thing for Inter.
Possibly, but
it's offside again.
The offside isn't counting, and it's only the first half.
I mean, we only just started counting them.
Hey, I can keep a good memory. Clemens tries to get another shot, but it was just scuppered. I believe it was Vesenvitz who made a good stand. Versetti brings it in. A safe hand from Yeboah. Now we're seeing quite a bit of chances from both sides there. Isigi, free kick to Breedis. Ooh! Offside from Breedis.
I think the player that I've been most impressed with so far in the first half off of Tokyo has actually been Versetti. He's pushed up very well. He's been involved in the attack very well. So I think that, you know, he's their key player at the moment. And as I said, for Inter London, Stojakovic is the only guy that seems to be doing anything.
I do agree with your option to have Versetti as a star man, but I'm pretty impressed in total with Okamoto's overlap. Sure, he's been offside multiple times, but he's forcing Inter London to be worried about him. As Vesenvitz holds the ball and almost gets in top bins. Yeah, but like unable to make it, but it was unable to squeeze right in as well.
We're seeing that high press, and fun fact, the Gegenpress is not originally German. It's actually originally Canadian. It comes off of the high forecheck in hockey, and it was just sort of readapted into soccer. And you see that sort of thing with staying up on them in their zone, essentially, and it creates that pressure, and they cough up the ball.
You think that Jurgen Klopp would be a secret Canadians fan then? Siege gets a goal in. Yeboah had to be sharp again. Yeboah has really been keeping Inter London in this.
It's a quick counterattack there, but they do not have numbers. They do not have the numbers here. Oh, Clemens goes to the corner.
Oh. Oh, play on from the left. Oh, that was a good stuff then from Vesenvitz, but Nesse manages to stop any advance, and now Inter London certainly have numbers plenty. Clemens tries to bring in for O'Connor, and that's a clinical goal. O'Connor with a header.
Very needed.
Very needed indeed, and it's tied up.
We've been talking about how they haven't really been doing anything, and I was going to say, like, this is what they need to do. They need to keep the ball in the other team's end, because as long as you keep the ball in the other team's end, something stupid's going to happen. You're going to get something to happen. You got to keep guys in front of the goal, and as we were talking about with sort of like the similarities to hockey, you put shots on net, keep somebody in front, somebody's going to be there to help out, and that's what O'Connor was doing.
Yep, O'Connor making a great claim for himself right now as one of the best in the league. Certainly putting in goals. That's the 13th of the year for him. It's all square. Now Okamoto bringing it right down the wing, but time clear to it. And scuppers any Tokyo chance. Oh, throwing. Clemens brings it over to Gordon. He has a bit of time, but Isagi comes over. Stojakovic, good safety valve there.
Yeah, because it looks like Tokyo's kind of backed off a bit. Once they get to the midfield line, they just sort of let London do what they can, because they haven't really been that dangerous until just now.
Not even now, I say. Oh, the Okamoto on the run. Aspilicueta was wise to it, however. Could have just been from into London to have one guy back, aware of how much Okamoto likes to run. Now Isagi, he's rather far back, and Okamoto unable to push up. But Bjorkas, there's a chance there with Soderberg overlapping, but Isagi comes to the wide. Wellerman has to block it out for a corner kick. Now is a good chance for Tokyo Soccer Club. Isagi from the corner brings in Rupp. Oh, brings it over. Inter London can breathe a sigh of relief.
As we're seeing where the ball is being much more evenly distributed in terms of, either team having the ball. It's Kwai Lang.
Ooh. That was a nice volley from Kwai Lang.
Didn't really even need to take that first time. He had the space to push into the box a bit more.
The Grandmaster trying to make his effect known, and so too, I believe, Wellerman. He goes over for a goal kick, though. And Inter London is getting very much comfortable right now. They're really finding their groove this late into the game.
And I would say something about it's about fitness, but I mean, all of the fitness is set to 20 for every single player, so I don't think that matters. At that point, maybe it is a specific stat that does matter in the game, which is determination and concentration. Which make sure you get those up when you're updating your player, because that is extremely important late in games like this.
Key mental aspects to have, as well as your physicals as well. Clemens showing us that whilst it's good to have a great mind, it's also great to be able to get there.
Something interesting I'm noticing in terms of the match scores on the bottom there. You got Bradis with a 6.5 at the moment, which normally is not very good. And I'm just trying to consider about why it would be there. And you think about it, he is their striker. He's supposed to be the tip of that spear, and he's done nothing.
He's probably been more of a hold-up play, though. More of a link-up for the attacking mids of back-to-back Okamoto and Isagi.
I'm not quite sure if either of us have even said his name until just then. It's definitely been more about those wingers cutting in and overlapping and making those plays, cutting into the box.
Certainly, and the wingbacks as well. A lot of the attack has been coming from the wings and sides. Right now, the Rupp defense coming in right now. Isagi having to fall back.
Giving back way too much space there.
Yep. Oh, very much. Fesenvitz, he has the ball and gets it back. Goes wide of the corner. Crucial charge goes begging for Tokyo.
And we got we only got 20 minutes left, and it's still tied. And I'm not quite sure. I mean, Tokyo has just finally gotten back onto their feet after that goal. We saw a lot of heavy play in their own end.
Oh, yeah. Brady's with a breakthrough! Oh! His Banzai! His Banzai and Kampai in Tokyo right now. Brady's breaks through. And we were talking about him earlier we're talking about him.
You see him? That is a very smart run. He sees that space right there behind Stojakovic.
And goes one-on-one. Easy as you want, bread and butter for the striker. Tokyo with the advantage.
And he sees
he's onside. Onside.
Azpilicueta kept him onside with that far side.
Yep. What a smart play from Bradis. Tokyo 2, Inter London 1, and as it stands, the Japanese capital will be elated. But who said Rule Britannia has died down right now? Clements on the wing.
Set up from their original goal there. Clements on that wing there. Thusenvets actually gets it this time, but I'm not quite sure how many times he's going to be getting there. And he's on a yellow already.
Nessie comes in. Oh, I think that's Azpilicueta. Inter London has really been making good use of a wide and headers. Much different to Tokyo's preference of overlaps. Inter London has much preferred to use headers, and it has been very effective. Okamoto on the wide. Bradis comes out back to Okamoto. He's looking to bring it in himself. Time blocks it out. And now it's a corner for Tokyo, looking to give themselves an insurance. Versetti brings it in. Siege couldn't do much of it. Goes up and away. And so this is going to be a very tight final 15 minutes right now. Kisbet brings it to time, has space on the left wing, but brings it back to Kisbet.
The disappointing thing to me whenever I watch Football Manager's simulations is that they always make the pass that they need to make like about a half second too late. You always see like a passing lane open up, and they just don't take it. They wait for a second and then they make that pass. Because I saw Gordon get wide open over there for Kwai Lang, and Kwai Lang took a second and then passed it over to Gordon, and by then he was already getting covered.
That's a bit of a shame there for decision-making reasons. And Gordon has to go to receive a ball. Inter London cannot let the time slip. Kwai Lang.
Oof.
Oh, free kick offside.
This is one of those things where it's just, once again, the nature of sim league soccer, where if I'm Inter London, I want to be attacking as hard as I can at the moment. I'd be pushing players up, and unfortunately, you can't make those mid-game decisions.
Sadly, we don't have that capability here.
I mean, technically, there are match plans that you can set up in game, but I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
Hopefully, that sort of functionality is implemented later, as it looks like Tokyo's getting olays.
Oh, yeah, I think I can hear the olays. Festivus brings up to... Oh, Isagi! Oh!
Isagi with a long shot off the post.
That could have brought a tear to the most serene republic. Oh, Isagi almost catches Yabura off. Well, that's back. Brings it down back to Isagi. Kisbet cannot let his eyes off him now. Rob now, Bjokas, Besenvitz is just wasting time. Time Tokyo know they could waste.
The interesting to me is seeing Thusenvitz sort of stroll so far towards the middle there. And also forgetting that the ball is behind him.
Well, he's able to do it just because of how comfortable Tokyo's defense is. When you think about it, Vesenvitz becomes that second midfielder, sliding the cross. Isagi brings the corner in. Oh, rising up. I think that's Versetti. But still, Tokyo still ahead. 2-1 up. O'Connor with a breakaway.
1-1.
1-on-1. New Suzuki with a huge stop.
Well, I think the big thing there is Siege getting down on him and pressuring him to take that shot much earlier than he wanted to there. I think that if he had a few more touches, I don't think that Nunazuki would have been able to get to it if he had a few more touches. But Siege got down on him, kept him from shooting when he wanted to shoot, forced him to take the shot early.
And look how quickly that's turned into a Tokyo advantage. Bombing down the wings, and now Isugi taking the corner. Another one to Inter London's threat. And Inter London managed to get it away. I think that's Stojakovic. But it's still a huge threat right now for them. Pass back on the side.
Somehow getting a numbers advantage after a corner kick. I saw more green jerseys in the 6-yard box than I saw white jerseys.
The opportunistic bunch. They are. Now then, Siege. Okamoto tries to head of it, but not exactly accurate. Isugi could not reach it before Aspilicueta. And now Time brings it around.
Has a chance.
Yep. Clemens could not get it to O'Connor.
With the way that this game has been going, that very well could be their last chance. Because it takes them a while to get that ball back.
All to Inter London's possession-based philosophy as well. Although this wasn't exactly a smart play from Okamoto. Tried to get to Breedis, but Breedis was not able to get that run. And now, Kwai Liang, Inter London left wing. Brings it to Time. Isugi brings him down. It's a penalty! It's a penalty!
It's a penalty! It was in the box!
This is a lifeline for Inter London. Kisbet steps up, looking to save Inter London. Mutsuzuki with a huge save! Oh! It makes it to Kisbet, but he's still... It goes off! Mutsuzuki the hero!
Another save for Nunazuki.
Absolute classic save from Newt. That was a golden chance from Inter London. But still, they press on.
The thing that I always think of if a penalty gets saved late in the game for a team that wants to tie it up, they're not going to get a goal any other way than that. That's got to be it.
Oh, Kisbet brings out New Suzuki getting the ball.
And it looks like the whistle is going to be blown.
It is blown. The table out of nowhere. The underdogs. Tokyo Sports Club. Congratulations, they are your SSL Cup Season 1 champions.
And I think that, at this point, after that penalty save, after his performance throughout the game, I think that, Nunazuki absolutely is man of the match here.
Certainly.
I said first half was like Vassetti. I think that Okamoto probably could have a good shout for man of the match, but Nunazuki, especially that game-winning save, that's got to be it.
Oh, certainly. And it's stuff of absolute legends as well. What a way to have your first final.
What a way to end the first commentated game.
Certainly. Jiggly, thank you very much for joining me on this as well. As it ends, Tokyo Sports Club, that's clung on and absolute stunners from Nutsuzuki as Tokyo buries the Kings into London to become your Season 1 SSL Cup champions. Thank you for joining, and we hope to see you more.